So we're here on our first Shire Salvos walk and talk with Trudy Durston. Now, if we get lots of hits on this, it's because you're fabulous. If we get no hits, it's because I can't keep the dongle still and it's too jerky, okay?
Right, not my fault.
No, that's right. Not your fault at all. So Trudy, I'll just explain to people, Trudy is a mum of 5 kids and she's not only in the same church family and I'm her pastor or whatever, but actually she's in my family. So she's married to my husband. She's the cousin.
I'm married to your husband. Did you just nearly say
because
that?
I'm about to fall in the mud. Look at the mud. Look, there's mud. We're about to walk in that. Anyway, so Trudy is the cousin to my husband. So we're also family, which is nice. So Trudy, tell me about you and tell me maybe a bit about your childhood. What did that look like?
So I am Jan Brady. For anyone of my generation, that will make a whole lot of sense. I was the underappreciated middle daughter of 3.
I hope your mum and dad don't see this.
No, you just got to hope my older sister Marsha doesn't see this.
Oh, Marsha.
So no, I grew up one of 3 girls in a beautiful family. Lots of love, lots of kindness, and lots of busyness.
So what was the busyness? What was that?
The busyness probably was a very small part of it sport and school, and a very big part of it church. So we grew up Salvo, and in those days I think there may only have been one night a week where we didn't have a Salvo thing to do. So, you know, an activity. We would have gone to singing group and we would have gone to timbrels and we went to sunbeams and guards, and then later on I went to youth group and church and night church, and it pretty much was a very all-consuming, lots of fun, but all-consuming lifestyle.
Obviously Salvo is a church, and where did you meet Jesus? Have you met Jesus?
I have met Jesus. Probably most significant time I met Jesus, I would have been 14, and I just remember at the time actually being terrified of hell, which is probably not the grounding that I would be wishing on other people to think about, you know, starting a relationship with Jesus. But as a kid I was a real worrier.
Yeah, okay.
I was anxious about a whole lot of things, and death was one of them. So for me, the thought that this was a relationship that could go beyond life was really significant.
Yeah, that's good. Is that why you stay, like now that you're a Christian and an adult, are you still
scared of
Is
death?
that why?
Not really. I think I grew out of lots of my anxieties. No, I'm there mainly because of the people who are on that journey with me, actually. Partly it's that relationship I have with Jesus, but for me a big chunk of it is the relationship that I have with God's people.
Yeah. But no, maybe a bit fast. I'm like breaking out in a sweat. So, how old are you?
I am 52.
Yeah, you look good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I feel 52.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Particularly my right shoulder, I've got a totem tennis injury. After weeks of being locked in with my children, I have bursitis in my shoulder. Oh, you're taking it this way?
Oh, we're going in the bush.
I
This could
don't
be
actually
interesting.
know where this goes.
Okay, well,
If you don't ever hear from us again.
we're in the bush. And so, have you had any major significant challenges in your life as an adult? Or has life been fairly
Absolutely.
smooth?
Look, I don't think that there are any people, well, not many, I don't think there are many people who get to adulthood without being broken.
Yeah.
I think we all break in different ways and we all scar. So my brokenness, oh dear, the way you brought us, Kim.
Sorry, right in the middle of that serious moment, we're going to turn around.
Turn around. So the things that have broken me, like the most obvious is when my sister Amanda died.
Yeah.
But that's not actually my biggest, if that makes sense. So,
Yeah.
because I think the things that really break us are the things that we can't talk about because they're secrets that have still too much power to hurt. Or they're things that we're still living with because we're living with the fallout of it.
Yeah.
So those things that I probably will never be able to talk about because, you know, it hurts too many people.
Yeah.
They're the things I think I'm most broken by. But the one that I can chat about, my other brokenness, is when my sister died. Right?
Yeah. So how long ago was that? I do remember that. It's like burnt into my memory.
So Amanda died, end of 2007.
Yeah.
So which makes us coming up for 14 years. Yes, it does. 14 years this year.
And she was amazing. In a lot of ways, you remind me of her, actually. The way you laugh and...
You think?
Yeah. It's lovely. I see it in her boys, who we see often.
Should we turn, or are you going to wander me off aimlessly somewhere else?
Turn around.
Okay.
And so when that happened, how did you then hold on to your faith?
I don't think I did. For a long time, and even in some sense there's echoes of it now, it was all very much, where's the point? What is the purpose of point of God? Not that I doubted there was a God, but he was doing bugger all and it really annoyed me.
Yeah.
So I was angry for a very long time. And this is where I think for me the people of God come in. Because the reason that I stayed in any way on a faith journey was because there was this whole group of people who cared about me and weren't necessarily trying to tell me that it was all okay and it was going to be, this was God's way, but cared about my pain.
Yeah.
So that's why I hung in there for that bit. I still find, even all these years after, as well as just the bits of sadness, I do still find myself struggling with prayer and just going, do I want to ask the big asks? No, because I've asked big asks before and been really hurt when they weren't answered.
Yeah.
And if I'm not asking the big asks, or if I'm not, we're back to that, what's the point? Because God either can't or won't. And living in that space, I've found, the prayer thing's been really tough for me.
Yeah.
In lots of ways, I'm becoming better at going, it makes no sense and that's okay. So just thinking that I don't know if this prayer thing works, and I don't know how I feel about that, but that's all right to have those feelings. So I'm doing better in that. I don't know if I'm necessarily doing better at praying or talking to God about things that I'm asking.
Yeah.
I'm doing much better at talking to God about how awesome the world is, like this world, this nature that we're walking through. I'm doing much better at just spending time just sitting with that and being in awe of God. But when it comes to asking things on behalf of myself or my kids, I still find that really tricky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should we turn? It's going to get...
Yeah, we are going down a hill, which then means we have to come back up. All right, hang on. And so, just shifting a bit, you look like a pretty confident chick. You've got lots of friends. You do life well. You are great at inviting people to your house and building community. How that confidence, is that exactly what it appears to be?
I think still in every one of us there is an anxious 15-year-old who wants to be dressed the same as everybody else and look the right, and I don't know if I don't think I've ever looked the same as everybody else, so I have given that
Is
away.
that the purple hair
Purple
thing?
hair. It's currently pink.
Oh, it's pink.
Sorry.
Sorry.
So partly that I have got much better at being okay with who I am.
Yeah.
And what I look like. So in that sense, I'm much happier in my own skin than I've ever been. In regards to the confidence stuff, that some of the things I do well at, or I do okay at.
Yeah.
You know, in my job, I'm thinking I do that all right, and stuff like that. But certainly socially, I still have these moments of absolute awkwardness, of coming out after church and standing there going, who am I going to talk to, or who's going to talk to me?
Yeah.
And that's still, I think for all of us, that's always going to be tricky, because we're open, we're vulnerable. And if you're like me, you put yourself out there all the time. I'm always sending off text to people saying, who wants to catch up? And then there's just this silence.
I get the same. We should just, don't worry about all of them. We'll just hang out all the
We could do that.
time. We won't video every time. Won't film
get a
you.
bit
You'll be
mundane.
like, I really don't want to hang out with you. And so you do create community really beautifully. Why do you do that? And how do you do it?
Why do I do that? Part of it is really simple, that I'm an extrovert and I love people
Yeah.
and I like to be with people. How do I do that? I do like feeding people.
Yeah, you're good with food.
I do like feeding others. It brings that deep sense of satisfaction, particularly when my own kids think that my food is disgusting and won't touch it. So if I feed adults, they're not so open in telling me
No, that's
how
right.
disgusting
I
it
was saying,
really
thanks
is.
for that meal.
That's right. I'm also very competitive,
Okay.
so I do
With
love
who?
a good games night.
Yes, I do know that about you.
Okay, so I'm I do like playing. I grew up in family and we all played board games all the time. So I'm, keen to do those sorts of events and have people do that. But we come back to that confidence and vulnerability. That whole, how brave are you to put yourself out there and go, who wants to come to this event, and then find really
No one wants to
no
come.
one does.
Yeah. You're good at creating community, and
Thank you.
mate, I love coming to your house for a good games night. And laughing. You're good at laughing. If this was the last day of your life and you had to leave a lasting message for someone that's watching this video, what would your message be?
Oh, that's a really tough one. I thought you were going to ask me what I was going to choose to eat, and that's much simpler.
Or what would that be?
I'm having chocolate-coated strawberries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That'd be
every
your
time.
last meal. Okay.
Absolutely, whole lot of them. We go that way.
Yeah.
What's the message I want to give? Oh, it's probably going to be something really simple, like you are loved,
Yeah.
you are precious, and it's all okay.
Yeah.
I think
That's a good message.
Yeah, I think that's all I'd want to have people know.
Okay, cool. So then, Trudy, just so you know, you are loved, you're precious, and what was the other thing?
You're okay.
You are okay.
Thanks.
I think you're awesome. Thanks for sharing with us.
Thank you for letting me be your guinea pig.
Yes, all good. See how it goes, eh? Anyway, let's go have some Pepsi Max.
Why are we having Pepsi Max?
See you later.